I am joined by attorney Gerald Thurswell, who represents the family of Mckenzie Cochran, who was killed at Northland Shopping Center by, well, let me restate this, who was allegedly killed by security guards, 6 security guards, apprehending him, had him down on the floor. He claimed he could not breathe. He begged them to call 911. He ended up dead. Attorney Thurswell has filed an $800 million lawsuit on behalf of Mr. Cochran's family. By the way, Mr. Cochran was only 25 years old. Roland, you're on Inside Detroit with attorney Gerald Thurswell.
Good afternoon, Mildred. There's no remedy for what happened to this young man and for the onslaught of this murderous behavior towards a young black man. Not even $800 billion. No amount. But I want to ask the attorney, and it's overwhelming for me because I'm a big guy. I'm not no small guy. I'll be out, and the security guards seem to follow me and pin me sometimes. But beyond suing this entity in New York that owns Northland Mall, can this lawsuit be expanded to Michigan? Because you mentioned Michigan is one of only 7 states that doesn't require specialized training for security guards. And the second part is, what does Michigan require for the security guards?
Michigan requires nothing. There's no requirement at all to be a security guard in Michigan. Zero, nothing.
You have to have a driver's license, right?
What was that?
You have to at least have a driver's license or a so-called good criminal record, no criminal record?
There's no requirement at all. Zero. If you check the laws in the state of Michigan to be a security guard, there is no requirement. Zero requirement. And then they put pepper spray in somebody's hand, and somebody gets all hung up with having power and authority, and they abuse the power and authority that they have. What does it take 6 security guards to hold somebody down until they stop breathing? They should know that when somebody can't see and somebody can't breathe, they're going to be, resisting, not resisting arrest, but moving around, trying to breathe, trying to see. They can't see and they can't breathe. And these security guards are holding him down because he's moving, trying to probably to wipe his eyes so that he can see, trying to sit up so he can breathe, and they hold him down until he stops breathing. Then they sit him up against the wall, handcuffed, with his head, hanging down, not breathing, and finally when EMS gets there, there's a slight pulse. So this is what they did to Mckenzie Cochran for no reason whatsoever. No weapon, no real threat to anybody. Security guards should observe.
Can I ask the attorney, my first part, can you expand this lawsuit to the state of Michigan somehow? Or is that kind of far-fetched?
In order to have a lawsuit like this, you have to have somebody who's injured, and then you go after the people who injured them. So we have Mckenzie, who suffered excruciating mental anguish, pain, suffering, for at least 7.5 minutes, not breathing. It's his case. Now, if somebody else is injured under the same or similar circumstances, we would investigate to see if the security guards similarly were negligent, grossly negligent, and caused them an injury or death.
Attorney Thurswell, for the record, what is it the mall is claiming Mr. Cochran did illegally? What are they saying is the reason they apprehended him, attempt to apprehend him? What is it they're accusing him of having done?
This is very interesting. Early reports came out that he said that he was going to kill somebody, that somebody at the jewelry store that he was in front of or in had said that he was going to kill somebody. That was the early reports. We obtained the medical records from Providence Hospital in Southfield where he was taken. Somebody, either a security guard or someone who transported him, from Northland Mall to Providence Hospital reported to the doctors at Providence Hospital that he had said he was going to kill himself. There's other stories. There's 3 or 4 different stories that occur that people have reported that occurred, but it really doesn't matter. Let's assume the worst that he said. You take him down. He complains that he can't breathe. He says, I am not resisting. I cannot breathe. I am dying. Call 911. You take him down, you handcuff him, and you then let him breathe. He's telling you he can't breathe. Not one time did he say it. At least 6 times he said it. He said, I'm not resisting. Call 911. Finally, his dying words were, I am dying.
It is just an horrific story.
Thank God that citizens videotaped the entire event, or at least the last 7.5 minutes of his life.
Tell us about Mr. Cochran and his family with the couple of minutes we have left. Here's, a mother does not expect to bury a 25-year-old son. No mother, no family does. Who was Mckenzie Cochran?
He was the most loving son. I asked his mother, Teresa, what is the last thing you remember about Mckenzie? That morning, before he had left the house, she was cooking breakfast, and she was in her bare feet. Mckenzie came in and said to his mother, Teresa, Mom, where are your shoes? And she said, oh, I forgot them. He ran into the bedroom and brought her house shoes. That was the last thing that she remembers about Mckenzie. Here's a loving, caring son. He left a brother who, interestingly enough, is a police officer in another state who had trained people on the use of pepper spray, and he left a sister also.
We'll keep in touch with you about this case. This is a very, very important case. I want my listeners to know that attorney Gerald Thurswell has been practicing law for a very long time. His offices are in Southfield. The number to his office is 866, of course, 1-866-354-5544. Let me give you that number again. 866-354-5544. Attorney Gerald Thurswell, thank you for joining us on the Mildred Gaddis Show. I really appreciate it, and we'll be in touch.
Thanks, Mildred. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.